how did he take selection Sunday? How has he been the last 24 hours or so? And, what do you get in sense of his terms of approach?
Yeah, he's been fired up ever since we figured out who he's playing after the selection show, and just his approach has been a lot different this week.
How so?
Just everything we've been doing, he's just been taking different measures and punishments based upon, like, if we mess up and things like that.
Like holding you more accountable for specific mistakes?
Things like that, like the little details, because, in March, like, our execution has to be crisp.
Is there anything in particular that he's made it worse for, like a turnover, a missed free throw, like anything like that?
Yeah, stuff like that, not setting the screen the right way, not coming off hard, off screens, things like that.
Armando, what do you know about Marquette? They're basically a completely different roster almost from last year when we played them.
Yeah, I really haven't got that much of a chance to really watch them. I know they got Justin Lewis, who's pretty good. I've been seeing little things about him just throughout the season, little highlights of him. So I know he's a good player, and I know they got Coach Shaka Smart, who's a good coach too.
Did he recruit you at all when he was at Texas?
Actually, no. It was kind of weird because me being from Richmond and him being the coach at VCU, I always, kind of growing up in Richmond, and that time when they went to the Final Four, I always was kind of a little bit of a fan of VCU. So, yeah, nah, he didn't recruit me.
Armando, what do you remember about last year in the tournament? And obviously it was one game, and you didn't want that. How much have you thought about that recently?
Yeah, it was just a little different with it being the whole bubble thing, but I definitely plan on and want to get to, like, the next weekend and really get to experience everything as a whole.
What do you remember about, like, after you were committed, watching the 2019 tournament, and UNC was in Columbus and then played Auburn and Kansas City and all that? Do you remember watching that more intently?
Yeah.
Doing that?
Yeah, I do. I just remember, I watched a lot of UNC and Duke because that's when they had Zion and stuff like that. So it was a real entertaining tournament.
Do you feel like you were robbed a little bit, just in terms of your first year, you have COVID that disrupts everything. Last year, you're in the tournament, but you have a bubble set up. You feel like you kind of missed out, and now this is an opportunity to experience all of it?
Yeah, I'm just glad I finally get to experience the tournament, what it feel like. Because, like, since I've been here, like you said, it hasn't been the traditional NCAA basketball. So it'll be fun, and I'm excited to see what we're getting ourselves into.
I'm trying to remember, what were the outings? Did you go to the baseball stadium last year, and that was about, otherwise you were pretty much in the hotel or at practice?
Yeah, we didn't even go to the baseball stadium. We just sat in that place the whole time. It was terrible. Yeah, it was not fun at all.
And then you guys lose, and you've got the bus ride back to Indy. It just feels like none of that was pleasant.
That was not a good time at all.
Armando, after the loss at Virginia Tech, did you guys have some time off? Did Coach Davis just let you get refocused for the tourney run?
Yeah, we had a little time off, but we kind of got back into it on Sunday. So, it was good to have Saturday off. And Sunday we didn't do anything physical. We just more mental stuff like that. So it's been great just having these few days off. It's like our first time really having a 2-day stretch off of physical work since the season has started. So we all pretty well rested and feel good.
You were after the game the other night. Coach said that Virginia Tech's physicality bothered you guys. He's talked about that at different points throughout the year. Marquette is known as a very physical team. What needs to happen for this team to be able to match that physicality?
Yeah, I think we just got to match their physicality.
Is that a mental
How do you do that, Armando?
Well, just responding, like, when they try to get us out of our offense and make us start, like, let's say when we do, like, the middle ball screen, not letting them force us to set the screen at half court and the guards getting deeper and me setting better screens and us running our sets and executing them and not letting them deny the wings and deny me and take us out of our stuff. And then also trying to do that to them.
Armando, has Hubert reused the plant your feet, stand your ground, and fight back mantra that he used for the Duke game? Have you carried it at all since then?
Yeah, I think that kind of been like just what we've been living on since that game. Just, we trying to go out there and punch people in the mouths first now. So, and I think that'll really be something we need to do come Thursday. Just like what he said, they're a physical team. They got a good coach, some good players, fast, so we got to be ready.
Have you looked back at the Virginia Tech game film-wise at all, and what did you learn from that loss?
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of missed opportunities. We took a lot of tough shots, and we weren't making shots, and they did a good job of executing, too. And, yeah, that's what that was.
Armando, how do you think you replicate the second half against Duke? Like, obviously, kind of some of the best basketball y'all's play. How do you kind of get to that point?
Just getting in that zone and being locked in. When we all taking great shots and playing together and running our sets, executing, following the game plan, we'll be in good shape.
Armando, what do you think you guys took from last year's loss to Wisconsin that is applicable this year in terms of preparation?
Just the feeling of it, just knowing like it was no more basketball to be played left. Us as a team, we'll never get that team back, and it just wasn't a good feeling. That's something that Coach Davis kind of talked to us about yesterday. Just we're not going out how we did last year.
Armando, what do you remember about going against Shaka's Texas team last season in that loss in Nashville?
Yeah, they was athletic. They had the kid, Kai Jones. He was really fast. He was kind of hard to guard. And then the dude that's playing for the Knicks, too, that was pretty good. And then they had a lot of good guards. That was a really good team. And they played high-paced kind of like how we played last year. So it'll be fun just to play against another high-paced team and hopefully be a high-scoring, fun game.
Armando, you're on pace to have one of the best rebounding seasons in North Carolina history. Physically, it makes sense, right? But in terms of the mental approach, how have you maybe adjusted over the years to get so much better at that particular job?
Yeah, I would say just more opportunity because I felt like my freshman and sophomore year, I felt like I was a good rebounder, but I was playing with like Garrison and then Walker and Dayron, so those guys were getting a lot of rebounds too. But I knew like if I was like kind of by myself, I felt like I could do what the dude from Notre Dame did. I forgot his name. Yeah, Mooney. I saw he was getting all those rebounds. I'm like, I definitely think I can do what he did. So going into this year, I knew I would be able to. I knew I would be in good shape.
I meant to ask you this in Brooklyn, but how did it feel to break the single-season double-double record? What does that mean to you?
It felt good. I mean, I feel like I left a lot of opportunities on the board of getting even more double-doubles. I feel like I could have shattered it, but it was definitely good to break it.
What's your relationship like with Bryce?
We talk a lot. A lot of times when he come back during the summer, we'll be like talking trash and messing with each other and stuff like that. So it'll be fun the next time I see him to mess with him a little bit.
Of all the players, why Mooney? Like, it seems like it's no offense to him, but like
because I remember my freshman year. I'm like, dang, this guy averaged that much rebounds. I mean, he's not the most athletic guy, but he just had a knack for finding the ball. So I always like would look at that and be like, yeah, I definitely think I could average like 13, 14 rebounds if he can average like 12.
Time for one or two more and then get Brady in here.
How have you seen Leaky change? He's really emerged as one of the best defensive players in the country. What has changed about him since you've been with him?
I would just say confidence. Basketball a lot of the times is a huge percentage of how good you play, just how confident you is. And I feel like he kind of been finding his swag and just being more confident. It's been helping him out a lot.